I'm here with Calise Simone, renowned psychic, medium, healer, and spiritual advisor. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So in this segment, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be doing connecting with our spirit guides. You're going to show us how to do that.
Yes.
Or, walk us through that. So can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
Sure. So your spirit guides are beings in the spirit world. They may have been incarnated in a previous life, or they may have always lived in the spirit world. And their job is to work with you as somewhat of a guardian angel, to guide you, to help direct you in this life, to help you understand your journey and your path. The idea is that you have a certain contract when you come to the physical plane, and they help you fulfill that contract. So they might be giving you signs and nudges along the way, sending certain people across your path, giving you ideas on how to proceed. And those ideas get fed into our minds as inspiration or as imagination or as thought forms. So what I want to do in this meditation is open up a direct dialogue with your spirit guides so that you're able to access that connection whenever you need, whenever you have a question to ask.
I want to ask you about the contract. You mean like we have like a goal or a life mission or something? Is that what you...
That's the idea, is that in spiritualism, the idea is that you have a life contract before you come to the physical plane. It's everything you've agreed to explore in this lifetime: financial gains and losses, certain diseases, certain people you're going to interact with, certain relationship patterns. And the idea is that if you can work through that contract and fulfill those goals or tests or experiences, that you'll grow as a soul and then ascend in the next lifetime.
Interesting. So if we're going to connect with these spirit guides, who are these spirit guides? Or
they can be lots of different people. So we don't necessarily just have one spirit guide. I've been told that we have one master spirit guide and that we have other guides that step in to guide us through certain experiences. So say you're going through a job transition, you might have a spirit guide that steps in, that maybe it was your uncle who was really good at business, and then he guides you through that process. And maybe you're going through a relationship situation, and then someone who is very experienced in relationships or has karma to fulfill in relationships comes and steps through to help you through that process as well.
Are spirit guides people we know?
In a soul group, yes, but in the physical life, not necessarily. So there's one guide that's been with you since you were born that you would have met before you incarnated in this lifetime. And then there are other guides that come and go that may have been loved ones from this lifetime, may have been loved ones from a previous lifetime, friends, family, and so forth.
And are they all, are they always good? I mean, what they are?
Yes, they're always
really?
going to help you.
Oh.
They're always here to help. They're never here to make your journey harder or more complicated. They're always here to give advice and help you when you need. The challenge is they can't step in unless you ask for their help. If you ask too much, they'll step back because they don't want you to be reliant on them. They want you to have the physical experience you came to have, but they are here to help when you need it.
Interesting. Do you contact your spirit guides?
Yeah, quite regularly. Quite regularly I do. You know, if I want their help with something and, you know, I'm going to be on your show and I want it to go really well, I'll say, guys, step in and let's do this and let's have a lot of fun, you know, and they'll step in and help with the energy. You know, if there's something coming up that I'm not sure about, I'll say, you know, what do you guys think? And the biggest thing is to just listen for an answer. It's very good and well to ask a question, but you then have to stop and listen, and they'll give advice and, you know, help guide you on that path.
Interesting. What do you think the relationship between spirit guides and God are?
Well, the idea is that God is a higher energy. God, the divine, all that is a higher energy that's meant to be like the most ascended of all the masters, that's somewhat in charge of the other energies. That's spiritualism's idea. And then the spirit guides, I've been told there's 7 tiers, and that God, or all that is at the top, and then the angels and elders and spirit guides and master guides and then general guides, it kind of goes down like a pyramid.
Interesting. So they're not actually angels?
There could be angels in there too. It really depends on what you believe. I do believe angelic energy is around because I've had experiences myself with angelic feeling energy. So I'd be very surprised if it wasn't, just because of what I've experienced firsthand.
Right.
But yeah, so the idea is that angels have never walked the physical realm, master guides haven't walked the physical realm, your general guides have, and that God, or all that is, hasn't.
So maybe it's sort of like a hierarchy or whatever, and the reason why we're connected to these beings that have, as you say, walked the world, because we're sort of relate to them better in a way.
Right. So think of it like school. Like, say you're in 5th grade, you can go to 6th grade or you can go to 4th grade, but you can't go to 8th grade. But someone from 6th grade can take a message to someone in 7th grade who can take a message to someone in 8th grade and go up the chain.
Right.
So you can go one step below or forward. You can visit someone who's at a more ascended place, but you can't actually go all the way to the top. The reasons I've been given is that the energy is just too different.
Right.
And that if you were to be exposed to that energy, that it would short circuit your brain and you know, your physical being wouldn't be able to cope. Just the same way as if someone from a very ascended level went down too deep to someone who wasn't at a very developed level, it would be a very heavy energy, a very suffocating energy.
I mean, you can also think of it like if I used to do computer training back in the day, and I always thought that like somebody who was sort of closer to the student's experience level would probably be a better teacher.
Right.
And if you're like, you know, you don't want someone who's like a PhD in computer science teaching somebody who can't use a mouse, because it's just, they just can't relate to each other. This person up here can't quite figure out how to tell this person how to use a mouse, and it's not a good combination.
That's
and I wonder if
exactly
it's
right.
maybe like that.
Yeah, I believe that's how it works from a spiritual perspective, definitely.
So, I mean, tell me a little bit about maybe like an experience you had with a spirit guide or something.
Okay, so one of the...
I do want to try, but I'm also
Yeah,
really curious.
I mean, I can tell you too, I mean, one of the funniest ones, because I get so skeptical, and even now, even though I do this work, you know, full time, I still get skeptical, but one of the funniest ones I remember was I was sitting there, you know, applying for my visa to go to America. I'm sitting there in Australia and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to get the money. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm really, really stressed out. And all of a sudden I had this like magnet board above my computer, and I was sitting typing on my computer, and on the board I just posted like fun things that I thought I liked to look at while I do my work. And one of them was a fake $1 million bill, an American $1 million bill. And I'm typing that, and it was under a magnet. And it slipped out of the magnet and went down onto my keyboard like that. And I instantly felt my great-grandmother standing there, and I just started laughing because I just knew, like, she was one of my guides.
This was a good sign.
It was just a sign from her saying, it's going to be okay, you're going to be fine. And I was fine. But that was just her coming in, stepping in, saying, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah.
The other experience that I had was more recently when I was doing the exercise we're about to do now, and I'll just briefly introduce it. The idea is that when we connect, we're going to ask our guides to give us a sign so that we know it's them. So I did the exercise, I asked for a sign, and you know, the sign that I got was very bizarre, and I thought, gee, I don't know if this is really going to happen, or if I'm just really, like, finally I've really lost my mind. Like, I actually have gotten to that point.
Wow.
And what they showed me was a blue heart. And it almost looked like an emoji, you know, like the blue heart emoji. And I was like, okay, so this is what I'm going to be looking for. And that was before emojis came in all the different colors. So I was like, unless someone sends me a blue heart emoji in the next 7 days, like, I'm screwed. This isn't going to work. And so I waited 7 days. I'm looking. I thought I saw something, and I was like, no, this isn't good enough. So I gave up. I wrote the report, you know, my report for the week, and I was like, no, there's no sign. Didn't work. Try again next time. Doesn't work for me. Works for everyone else except for me. And so, you know, put my computer away, go downstairs to get a coffee from the bakery. As you can tell, I like to do that. And I walk in there, and the top shelf on the bakery is full of blue heart cookies.
Oh.
Who makes blue heart cookies? Who makes blue cookies in a heart shape? Like, it wasn't even Valentine's Day.
I was just going to say that was Valentine's Day.
Nothing. They just decided, and I stood there, and I just laughed because I was like, of course, as I submit the report to say it's not true, there it is.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere. And it's, you know, you could say it's law of attraction or whatever, but it just, in that moment, you feel the energy of spirit with you. And in that moment, you know, it's not just like, oh, I'm waiting for a feather from a spirit guide and I see a feather. It's the fact that your attention is drawn to that feather or to that blue heart in that moment when you're already thinking about spirit. That's when you know it's a sign. You'll just get a little bit of a hint, a bit of a hunch in the moment.
Yeah. And like a sensation that that's truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that feeling. And then you either have a choice. So you have a choice either to trust it or to doubt it.
Yeah.
And you can doubt it your whole life. No problem. It's your experience. Or you can trust it and see where it takes you. And that's when things get really fun.
So tell me what we're going to do then. So we're going to do a little bit of a practice. We're going to connect with our spirit guides. Can you just tell me right now what we're going to do?
Yeah, sure. So basically I'm going to take you into a a place where you can go as often as you want in meditation. So we're going to walk through meditation to take you to a place where you can connect to your spirit guides. We're going to raise our vibration first.
So we're going to imagine it.
Yes, in your mind's eye.
Okay.
Okay? We're not going to physically go there today.
Okay.
Okay,
But
just
we could.
spiritually. Yeah. And the reason we have to raise our vibration is that spirits operate at a much higher level than we do. So vibrationally, it's like tuning radio frequencies, right? There's lots of different frequencies. Spirits are at a higher frequency, we're at a slightly lower frequency. So for them to connect, they have to lower their vibration. It feels very dense, very heavy, very slow. And for us to connect, we have to raise the vibration. You might feel a bit lightheaded or dizzy, you know, the first couple times you do it. Just take it at the pace that you can handle. And it feels very loving and calming as well at the same time. So we're going to connect to them. We're going to ask them to show us a sign, something that we'll recognize them, recognize their presence by. And then we're going to come out of the meditation and then keep your eyes open for the next couple of days and see what happens.
Interesting. And what if we see it?
Then you'll know your spirit's around, spirit guides around.
Yeah. And this is a practice we can do at home or try on our own. Or
Absolutely,
whatever,
yeah. You can do it every week if you want, or you can do it a couple times. You can do it once. You can not do it at all. But the nice part about knowing when your spirit guide is around is that you now have a language developed with that spirit guide. So now I know if I see that blue heart, that's that particular spirit guide around, for example.
Interesting. Okay. Should we try it?
Yeah.
Can we?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So sit in a comfortable position.
Okay.
I generally recommend people sit with their legs, obviously I can't do that today, but like sort of, you know, like apart.
Okay. So
hands facing up.
Okay.
Yep. And just relax. If you feel more comfortable in any other position, it's fine. But in that position, you have all your meridians in a very sort of open alignment. I ask people not to lie down because you tend to fall asleep. But if you feel like you could do it lying down and not fall asleep, then that's fine. You know, you don't have to sit cross-legged doing the whole pretzel thing. Okay? Just whatever's comfortable. And close your eyes. Relax your body. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And breathe out. And now I want you to consciously start to relax the muscles in your body, starting with your toes and your feet. Relax the muscles around your ankles, the muscles in your calves. Feel your thighs relax. The muscles around your hips relax. Feel all the muscles in your back, around your chest, just going limp and relaxed. Let your arms drop, let your shoulders drop. Relax the muscles in your hands and your fingers. The muscles around your neck, keeping a loose jaw and tongue. And then moving up to your face, you can relax your mouth, even the muscles around your eyes. Just feel your whole body letting go. Now I want you to turn your attention inward. Now that you're comfortable in your position, in your mind's eye, I would like you to visualize a big white room. In the center of this room is a staircase. When you're ready, I want you to take a few steps and walk towards the staircase. We're going to walk up this staircase, and as we do, your vibration will raise. You will know when you've reached the top of the staircase, as your vibration will be fully raised. So walk with me now. 1, 2, 3. Feel yourself getting lighter and lighter. 4, 5, 6. You may start to notice your spirit feeling free. 7, 8, 9, 10. At the top of the staircase, you'll find a door. Behind this door is going to be a special place where you can visit any time. It may be a garden, it may be a beach, it may be a special room. You'll see when you open the door what this place is. So when you're ready, I want you to take the handle and open the door, step into the place that is special for you. You are safe here and you can come here anytime. I now want you to find a place to sit here. It may be on a rock, on a bench, on a piece of ground. Get comfortable. Enjoy the fresh surroundings and the energy around you, the beauty of nature. And I would also like you to now invite one of your spirit guides to sit next to you and join you. You may see a physical person. You may not see anyone at all. You may just feel a presence. They may stand in front of you or behind you. But don't try to control it too much. Just let them join you for this experience. Once you feel their presence near you, you can ask them to give you a sign. Something that you will recognize them by during the week. At this time, you can also have a brief conversation with them, asking them if there's anything that you need to know about your journey at this time. Once you feel you have this information, or any brief messages that they wish to impart, know that you can come back here any time to spend time with them, or to spend time by yourself to recharge your energy. Thank your spirit guide for their time and for making the connection. When you're ready, you can stand up from that position in the special place and walk back towards the door. Again, remember you can come back here any time you wish, during a meditation or during a moment that you wish to focus your energy. When you're ready, open the door and walk back towards the staircase. The sign that they gave you, take note of it. If it's a physical object, you can put it in your pocket, or if it's a phrase, a word, or a song, you can just remember it. You may find that it comes to you later during the day, if it did not come to you during this meditation. So now when you're ready, I want you to start walking back down the staircase towards the white room. 10, 9, 8. Feel your energy getting heavier and heavier as you go down the staircase. 7, 6, 5. More connected into your physical body. 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll know when you've reached the bottom of the staircase, as your vibration will have been lowered back to the physical plane. You can now walk to the end of the white room. And as you do this, I want you to bring your awareness back into your body, back into the room that we're in. You may move your fingers and toes. Just feel yourself starting to connect back into your body. Take a few deep breaths in and breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
So you want to hear Asa?
What did you see? I know it was quick. You can, when you do it at home, you can go longer. But how'd you go?
So, I mean, I feel like it was all very cliche. So
it's your experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so just own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just be okay with whatever
Just
it
be
is.
okay with
whatever
it is.
is.
Yeah. And I think I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but say it anyway.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you want to tell me what it was?
No, I'll let
tell
you
you.
start,
Okay,
just
I'll
in
tell you.
case.
So I opened up to a mossy, grassy, greeny area with a waterfall. Nice. And then I saw the old white man, white beard, white robe. And then, and I saw a gold key, like an old-fashioned gold key, which appears in a little phone game I play all the time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait and see, because you might actually see a physical key in the next few days.
You know what I'm going to say? And there's no way I'm going to see a gold key like this.
Yep. And there was no way I was going to see a blue heart.
That's right.
But it happens.
Maybe it'll be a cookie.
Maybe it'll be a key cookie. That would be fantastic. Do let me know.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know where I find the key cookie.
But what I will say is a lot of people report seeing saints, Jesus, masters, things like that. I feel that those energies have a higher vibration. And also in a lot of people's minds, that's the way they connect to higher vibrational energies, is through religion. So if that's what makes sense to you, that's the way it's going to be computed to you. That's the language you have between yourself and your master.
Yeah, kind of not, but it's kind of interesting because it's not like a thing that I'm involved in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do want to ask you a question, which is kind of related to what you said, which is, you know, so I've been talking to all these people in these different traditions, and a lot of people believe that, like, your teacher or guru doesn't even have to be living. And that there's like all these stories about how you will be in a bookstore and a book will fall on your head and it'll be from this teacher and you'll be weeping for no apparent reason. Because it hurts. No, because they're your guru. And I'm wondering, do you think you could use some technique like this to like connect to like a teacher or?
I don't see why not. Definitely. I mean, your spirit guides are there to guide you and help you, teach you, nudge you, push you in the right direction. You know, if you've got a really open dialogue with a guide, then yeah, a lot of people channel energy. They do automatic writing to channel messages from their guides. There's no reason why you couldn't get spiritual awakening from a guide. But I feel get a physical teacher as well, just because it's going to be really easy to hear what they're saying.
That's right.
You know, at least if they can then facilitate your connection to a spirit guide, that's great. But, you know, start with the physical because it's right there. It's the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was something else I was going to ask you. Teachers, spirit guides. Oh, I don't know. So this is a practice I can do frequently?
Yeah. You can do it as often as you want.
So what if I go out tomorrow or on my way home today? What if I see a gold key? Then what?
Okay, so now you know that you have an open connection to your spirit guide. So now you know that if you ever want to ask for their help or advice on something, go back into the meditation. And, you know, I think it's easier to go back into the meditation. You don't have to, though. You can literally just sit on the end of your bed. You might want to light a candle just to raise your vibration and just talk out loud as if they're sitting next to you and say, hey, guys, I'm looking for a job. You know, I'm looking for these kind of conditions, these hours. Bring me something that works within that criteria, you know, and then it's their job to bring it to you and to help you notice it when it happens. And you might find a key on the floor as you walk into the interview. And I've had that happen too. When I was looking for an apartment, my sign is a feather, and I found a feather on the ground outside the building. And then when I signed the lease, I opened the window, and there on the windowsill was a feather inside the apartment. Like, you know,
and
coincidence there.
Can it ever be that that there's a negative sign? I mean, how would you ever know? Like,
well, I think you mean like an omen, like something's about to happen.
Yeah.
That does happen. I just, you know, as you say that, I just think in Salem before the big fire that they had, people said that they saw a ghost of, I think it was the governor's wife walking around the village before it happened, like 24 hours before. That stuff can happen, but you'll feel it. Like if it's an omen from your spirit guide or a sign that something big is about to happen, you'll feel it like an intuition and you'll know to be prepared for it. So often, you know, before relatives pass, things like that, people report getting a feeling, you know, I just kind of had that feeling the morning my grandfather passed, I just had that feeling, that knowing, like, yeah, this is the day, you know. And yeah, it does happen, but most of the time, if you're in control of the energy and you're working with it, this energy is designed to help you navigate through your own circumstances. And if you feel something's not good, don't go down that road, go down the other road, you know.
Right.
If you're starting a new job and it just doesn't feel good, think about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep looking.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
looking. Because I think, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me it seems like if you see something that seems sign-like, and if it feels like a sign, then I guess it is a sign, right?
That's pretty much how it works. I mean, in the beginning I was worried people would get too carried away and say, oh, this is a sign, this is a sign, this is a sign. So I shut down for like a year or two and I was like, there are no signs, no such thing as signs. And then I was doing an exercise with a girl, the psychic rebel Colby, who I do a lot of shows with, and she said, you know, you should just trust for a week that everything's a sign, just everything, and just go with it. So I was like, all right, let's try that. And so it only lasted for 12 hours because I get bored. And I did that for 12 hours. I was like, everything that I think is a sign, I'm going to pretend it's a sign. And I did, and the synchronicities were out of this world.
Interesting. I'm going to try that.
So try it. Just for like 12 hours. Just trust that, okay, I'll pretend that everything's meant to be.
Right.
And everything happens for a reason, everything's a sign, and just see where it takes me. You will be surprised.
I like it. I'm totally going to try it. And you know, we're out of time.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
Didn't it go fast? That
So
went really
quickly.
super fast.
Yeah.
I have a lot more questions, but oh well.
We'll have to do another show.
We'll channel them.
Yeah.
We'll connect. Well, thank you so much.